Hi, my name is Christine Adolph, and I'm so excited to be here today at Prima. I'm one of their new designers, and I have a new product line. They're adhesive foil rub-ons. I'm an artist, been an artist my whole life, and I love foil. Foil is my favorite thing in the whole world, and I cannot wait to show you how you can add beautiful foil patterns to your scrapbook products, your greeting cards, your mixed media. This is a super easy product to use, and it's going to add that sparkle that we all love so much to your work. So I wanted to show you a few of the designs for these adhesive rub-ons. They are, there's 12 designs, and there's lots of different elements you can use. They're very simple. You rub them on and you add foil, you can add glitter, and they're great for your scrapbook projects, greeting cards, book projects, mixed media, you name it. They're very simple, or you can use them in more complex ways as well. So here is a sample of one of the rub-ons, just very simply rubbed on in a background of ephemera and edged with a little bit of water-based oil pastels. Very simple. Or you can do a more complex mixed media take with a photo transfer, and then you add the foil around it. Here's another one where I actually masked out the butterflies and put the pattern in there, and I'm going to show you guys how to do that today. And then there's this last one where it's a little bit more in-depth mixed media, a lot more layering, and different colors of foil laid in there. So these are very simple to use on just basic paper. I like to use a little bit of ephemera always. And you just lay it down. You can use the popsicle stick that was included and just make sure that you rub that design down. You can see the color just getting a little bit darker, and you know that it has adhered to the surface. We're going to do the same with the joy, because foil brings joy. You see it's just getting a little bit darker. And then I'm going to go ahead and carefully peel this protective sheet off. I actually really like that color that the adhesives are. Alright, then you're going to take your foil, and with the foil you want to remember that it's always color side up. A lot of people try to put the foil color side down, but the foil is actually released from a cellophane sheet at the top, so it's always color side up. And you take your foil and you put it down, and you can use your popsicle stick if you want to kind of rub it down, or you can just use your finger. I can see it's already starting to stick on there. Okay, so you want to make sure that the foil has adhered to the adhesive. You'll take it and you'll peel it. There's a little bit on there, and you'll reveal the image. It's super easy. Then you also have this beautiful negative, which I'm going to show you how to use in the demo. And let's use pink foil again. With the pink foil, it's color side up. You put that down, just with your finger, rub it down, and didn't get it all the way. The cool thing is you can always go back and just catch where you missed it. And there you go. Super easy, beautiful way to add foil. So this turned out really well on the ephemera, and I wanted to show you also another just really simple approach. It's just laid down on this beautiful wood board that Prima is introducing here. There you go. Okay. And just to remind you, just to show you this one again, just I glued the ephemera down on this beautiful board and edged it with the oil pastels. And very quick, beautiful home decor piece. I wanted to show you a little glimpse of some of the bigger fine art pieces that I've done with foil over the years. This is a complex printmaking project, but this is what has inspired these foil rub-ons. And so now you can do this complex process, but in a really simple way. So today I'm going to show you how to do a project similar to this, where we're going to use the foil around an image, and then I'm going to show you how to take that foil, because the foil will have a negative image on it, and use it consecutively in some other pieces. So how you can get the most out of these foil rub-ons by continuing to use the negative, and we're going to use these beautiful IOD oil pastels and the foil rub-ons, and some of these great products like this and the texture paste, and I'm going to start right now. Okay, so the first thing you're going to do is you're going to coat the background of the wood panel with the modeling paste. You can do that with a simple spackle knife and just put a nice light layer down onto the background. Then you will start coloring the oil pastels. I like to just do the edges, and my color palette is going to be more purples and greens for this, so I'm going to add a little bit of green in there too. Just kind of color it, kind of messy. You don't need to be a perfect artist here. Then I'm going to take the water brush and I'm going to just kind of dye the plaster, the modeling paste, and just kind of create a nice background here. I love these water brushes. They are fantastic on the go. They're one of those things I keep in my purse so that I can paint when I'm bored, and it's a definite must-have product. As well as these oil pastels are awesome. So I'm going to put a little bit more color inside. Purple and yellow-green are complementary colors, so you get this nice sort of neutral color, but if you mix them together too much it gets a little muddy. So I wanted to add a little bit more brightness in there, and this is just going to be a background layer. Okay, so I've dried this. This is all completely dried, and now we're going to use the soft gloss gel to adhere our butterfly icons on. Now I used butterflies that I have painted myself, and I made copies of them to use in my collages. If you don't draw yourself or paint yourself, you can use stickers to do this, or you can use some copyright-free vintage clip art to do this as well. So you'll find some kind of an icon. Butterflies work well, as always, and you will adhere those on to the background. I always like to seal them too, just so that I know that they're well adhered. And there you go. We're going to let that dry. Okay, so I wanted to show you, this is the original painting that I did with the foil, my own foil fusing transfer, and I took it and I scanned it, and then I recolored it, and I just keep printing it out and using it in different ways. So what I did was I took the Prima oil pastels and I colored some of the Prima watercolor paper, and I cut them out, and I'm using them to mask off the butterfly, but we're also going to use this a little bit later. So I'm going to cover the butterflies up like this, and then I'm going to take my my foil transfer sheet, and I'm going to place it on top of the design like this, and I'm going to make sure it gets adhered down. Rub down the design, make sure that it transfers down onto the molding paste background. And this is a big transfer sheet right here, so it's going to take a little bit of time to make sure it goes on the whole design. And I used these watercolor paper, and I cut out the butterflies, and the transfer, the adhesive sheets are also applying to those, and we'll be using that in my second demonstration. And we're using it to mask out so that the foil does not go on, this pattern doesn't go on the butterfly, but it goes around the butterfly. And there you go. And here's the thing with art, I embrace imperfections. So a little bit is coming off, but I think it's still going to be amazingly beautiful. because I always make it work. So now I'm going to take off these masked butterflies so that we can use them for later. Right here. So those were just used to cover our butterfly. So we have the foil rub-on has been rubbed around the background. We masked out the butterfly, and these are sticky to touch. So we need to cover them with foil. The foil again is the color side up, shiny side up. Put the foil down, and I just like to use my finger to adhere. And it's not going to stick in the area of the butterfly, because we masked the butterfly off. So I'm going to start pulling off the foil to reveal the pattern. Looks like it's stuck really nicely into the background. Very pretty. And there you go. Okay, so we took the foil off and it stuck really nicely. There's a few places that I can tell it didn't stick, so you can just go back in where it's still a little tacky and sticky and just dot your foil back in and cover up those sticky areas. And I think it turned out really pretty though. So we're going to take our masked butterflies, the watercolor butterflies that I cut out and colored with the oil pastel and used to mask that last design. We're going to take that and we're going to put foil on it because part of the adhesive had gone on there. And I'm going to use gold for this one, and I'm going to use purple for this one. They're very sticky. And we're going to use this in another design. Okay. You can see we have a beautiful pattern on that butterfly. And another, whoops, they get very sticky. Let me see if their adhesive is there. So there you go. So we're going to make a second little design book. It can be a bookmark, a greeting card. We're going to take our foiled butterflies and glue them on here, but I wanted to show you this awesome paper pad, this watercolor paper pad that is just the perfect size for bookmarks, and I just love it. So we are going to glue our butterflies down so that they don't fly away. I put a little bit of vintage ephemera on my bookmark because everything's better with old paper. Very simple way to get to utilize these adhesive rub-ons and to get two designs out of one rub-on. I'm going to put this cute little word down, love. And I think we'll do this in purple to contrast. You can just take the popsicle stick to rub it down, and there you go. See a little spot there and there you go. Punch a hole. Actually, before you punch a hole, let's go ahead and just edge it a little bit with these cool pastels and just make it a little bit more layered. These are just gives it a little bit more depth. Sometimes I squeeze the color off of it so there's just water there, and I can kind of blend it in to the background a little bit more. And then what I'll do is I'll punch a hole and I'll put a ribbon on there and I'm done. So we are going to use the negative foil that I pulled off of this design, and we're going to use it in another design. So I took the, first of all I prepared a background with the watercolor paper and the oil pastels, the water-soluble oil pastels. Then I placed a piece of ephemera on top of it. I took my negative from my foil adhesive that I pulled off, and I got a piece of double stick adhesive sheet. So basically like a big piece of double stick tape. And I applied the foil to that. I'm going to take the bottom part off and I'm going to place it on the design. And I was just talking when the camera was off about how I like things that aren't straight. I like things that are a little more imperfect and organic, and I just like that. It's just more my style. Everybody has their own styles. So then I'm going to take the foil, if I can get it. I'm going to pull it off. Taking the top, there's a cellophane layer on the top that's releasing the foil onto the double stick. This is putting it on. It's a little tough because there's still areas that are sticky, so it's kind of pulling. Okay, so now this is still pretty sticky, so I'm going to take a piece of a contrasting color and I'm going to fill in those areas here, and that will cover up the adhesive sheet that wasn't covered up. Kind of create a pretty background. And then we'll see, I need to do a little bit more. And you've got this really nice, pretty sheet. And here's the cool thing, you have another negative now that you could do the same thing with, and you can just keep doing that and making cards. Alright, so I'm going to take this and use this as a background, and I'm going to place, I have some more butterflies and I'm going to glue those on top of there to create another design. So as you can see, we were able to create 3 pieces just from one rub-on. This is our original background rub-on that we had masked the butterflies with, and then we made a nice little bookmark. Then we took the negative foil image and we used it as a background here. And I just wanted to show you how far you can take these rub-on designs and just continue to use them. And I hope you enjoy all this sparkle, shimmering, and shining as much as I enjoyed showing it to you. Well, thank you for joining me today as I explored the new adhesive rub-ons that I have with Prima. As you can see, you can do just a really easy, simple process, or you can do a more complex, layered process. And I can't wait for you guys to try these out, and they'll be in stores soon. Thank you so much. Foil makes everything better, so I hope you agree.